Well, hello there, Magic Monsters. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for sharing the stream, TechDave99. I appreciate that. A full 99 times. I appreciate it. Oh boy, what a day. It's been a fine day. Fewer meetings than I expected. I had some food just now, and I'm feeling like we should showcase some dictionaries, which I know dictionaries aren't the most exciting thing in the world, are they? They're not, but in the context of game module dictionaries, we need to test today whether these are being serialized properly. They should be, but we'll find out. We'll have to test that. In the game modules dictionaries, they are serializable data of various types. So as an example, this is the new system. I do need to update these buttons so that they match this style. But in this system, you've got all this different types of things. So for my item attributes, character races, you've got all those different things. For character classes, you've got those different things. And you can add, whatever kind of information you want. So basically, in this panel, you add a key. All of the objects of the same type will have the same keys. So all character classes will have starting skills. And flavor text, every single character race will have all of these things. So a lot of portraits and other stuff. You can move these up and down. So if you want to organize things differently, I should add a button that says if you hit shift, it goes all the way to the bottom or something. But you can do that where you can bring these all the way down, and then you can put, most of them won't have this many keys, I don't think. But then you can put the portraits all together. You can put the male portrait together, the female portrait, whatever you want. And then when you go to the actual objects themselves, this was a test object I was working on. You've got all the things down here, and you can expand them, and you can have all sorts of different types. And let me showcase this actually on the character race, because this one's a lot going on there. So let's go up to the, back to item, well, we'll open the character class actually. We'll do the character class. Yeah, there's only two things here. So I have a migrate button because this is a completely different structure than the current version. New data, it's using generic so that there's less data to save when you're not using things. Before, there's always at least one sort of value for every type, even if you weren't using it. Now that's not the case. So let's do a demo key here, and we're going to add that to all character classes. So now when we go over to our character classes, there's a demo key. They all have it in their dictionaries. If we look at the archer here, we can see that our demo key starts out expanded. You can close that. I actually need to turn this into a dash. Let's do that right now because I'm thinking about it. Symbol, bullet closed, and symbol dash. I've saved myself some symbols to use. And I always forget which ones I generally use, but I think it was the bullet closed and the dash for visible and not visible. So you can do that, and then now you can add list types. So instead of before you would have to add the types here, now you don't do that. Now you just add the keys here, so they all have the same keys. And if you change the key, you can, whoops, yeah, you see it. Oh, it's supposed to update. Did I not hit return? There you go. Yeah, so you have to hit return. Demo key. Hit return, they all update. And now you can add the types just one at a time. So for instance, each one of these can have one list of each of these types. And there's the standard types, int, float, bool, string. Then there's the game module types. So these are all the stuff that comes with the game modules, from stat down to loot items and everything in between. And then these other types. So texture, sprite, animation clip, audio clip, vector 2, 3, and 4, color, and prefabs. Prefabs just being any random game object. So it's very flexible. You can store all this kind of data in it. It's going to serialize in a special way. Even this data will serialize, but you'll see how I do it in a second. And then you can add those things. So let's say we want some ints here. I'm going to add an int field, and now you can see it. There's 0 objects. It's empty. And we're going to add a quest. No, we'll add a stat field here. And again, you can see it's empty. And we'll add down here some color. So now there's empty. So, and if we do like audio clip, you can add that. So you can see how they've got these different types. So you can turn these on and off by just clicking those. You can delete them, you can undo, all that nice stuff. When you add a value for these, it's just going to add a basic thing, a basic value, so you can type it in or you can change the color or whatever you want. And you can always add more. So you can have any number of things and you can rearrange them in the list and all that. And they've got the index over here if you need that. You can delete things from the list as well. Oftentimes you're only going to have one. So the actual code when manipulating and working with the dictionaries is literally just value and the type. So you would call something like dictionaries, value, color, demo key. I think the example, I'll just type it out right here. Public void test. It would be basically var dictionaries equals new dictionaries. All right, so we got dictionaries. We would just say dictionaries dot value, and so these are the old version of doing it. You'd value animation, value bool, etc. Now it's just going to be value of type, say int, and then the key, demo key. I think that's the way it would be. Apparently not, though. Let's see. What was it? Not get key value. Oh, maybe it's key value. Dictionaries.key value. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Let's see. I've not actually done this part yet. Key value. Did I not? Let's see. If I do get key value and we do demo key, and then we say dot value. Yeah, there we go. Value int rather. If you do that, it will get the first one. But you've got options here too. You've got the you can get a random one. So you just say random for true, and now it'll take a random one from the list. Or you can say false and then specify an index and get a specific index from the list. Otherwise, you're just going to get the first one, which is often the case of what you're looking for. This is going to be just key value. Or rather, I think it just key would make more sense, right? Let's just refactor that right now while we're thinking about it. So it would be dictionaries key, demo key, value int equals whatever. And that's how you call data from it. Setting data is actually very similar in many ways too. It's going to be, let's see, adding data and setting data will be very similar, I believe. Count. Oh my gosh, we gotta clean this up because all of these aren't being really used anymore. It's gonna be cleaned up in the future because I will let people transition to the new system. We got the migrate system. This was the migration from back in 2021. You know, the good old days. I don't know. Somewhere in here, there's the add button, clone, draw structure, save data, load data. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to remember. We have a built-in load and save data methods as well. Anyways. So we're going to be testing that today, but if I go back here, I can delete. So this is the general code. I think the updating it will be very similar to this and whatnot, but I do it in my own code somewhere. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. So that's that, and then we got all this stuff. And what's also neat is for these that have types, you know, obviously you can't drag over an int, you can't drag over a color, so you've got the add value button. But for these other ones that have types, you can just open this up and click these, and they'll just add all the ones you want. And of course, you can add multiple ones as well. I double-clicked accidentally. So you can add multiple if you so choose. Yeah, so it's very easy to add stuff. Audio clips, same deal.
I'm ready. Hit me! Let's. Oh, you finally. Let's.
So if you want to populate the list, it's quite efficient. You can't drag everything over at once, but you can just click once you find the stuff. So it's pretty easy to populate the data, pretty easy to call the data, pretty easy to use the data. And now the structure, instead of being quite lengthy, is going to be much less. So you can actually see the old structure right here. There is all this regardless. Like, we're not using any of it, but they were all there. Now it's just this. And it does go a little bit deep, and that's something I've been thinking about because it goes that deep. So we got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already, and you can only serialize 10 levels deep, which is why the Dictionaries has its own built-in save and load methods. Hold on. I'm back. I needed some water in my throat. And so Dictionaries had their own save and load. So instead of actually, saving the dictionary as part of your whole structure, you can just save a JSON string for the dictionary and then load that later when you load your data. Very easy to do that. If you run to the serialization max level of 10 deep, especially since some of these will reference stats. But really what it's saving here, it's not actually saving the stat. It's saving the UID. And it caches the UID, caches things. And then, so for color, we're saving, there's no UID here because there's not a UID, but we just got the color. For the ints, we got the value as an int. For the game module objects, the value is a UID. Because these are all going to reference a UID, not an in-game version. Something I could probably add. And it calls it up by the UID. So it doesn't actually save the object itself because the objects can't be serialized. They're scriptable objects. But it saves the UID, and when you call to get the data, it does some fancy stuff on the key value when you say value. Value, and you call this up. It's going to take in the type, and then it's going to go through all this stuff and get the object. And the object's going to be, one of these, and it's going to do some conversion. And if it's a stat, then it's going to return the stat object to dictionary's object value, and the value is a dictionary's object, and the dictionary objects has all these different types here. That will handle its value differently. Whereas a string, you just get the value back, pretty simple. But for more advanced things, you get this, whatever that does. And for other objects, you get this. And this is going to do different things for the editor versus not the editor because, yeah. So in the non-editor, if in runtime, you're going to use the repository. In the editor, you're just going to use the built-in method I have to get objects from the list. So. Which only works in the editor. So you got the ifs else there. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. That's why this key value object does all the heavy lifting for you. But what you're really saving for your audio clips is the GUID of the object. You're saving the GUID itself, not the actual value. And this is getting automatically populated in this object reference scriptable object. So as we add things to that, they're being added here. So we got 1, 2, 3, so we got 7 right there. So if we go back to our character class, we go to our archer here, and if we add new audio clips, we can get menu click 1 and 2. All right, and now we go back to our object reference, and we have 9 things. So it's saving them as we go along here. And this, if I were to delete this, it would actually be recreated. So it's going to be created automatically in this place. And then you're going to just need to put in this object reference repository into your game. And now you have access to that entire system. So you can pull from it as well if you wanted to. But the dictionaries uses this to pull the data out. In theory, I need to test all that just to make sure it works at runtime. Clearly, it's working at not runtime because, as you saw in the data structure, it doesn't actually contain any of the actual data. It's just calling the asset database. But I need to make sure that at runtime it's actually calling it from that object, that scriptable object. So it can only be one in the project as well. But it's created automatically, and you don't really have to do anything once it's there. It's just let it sit there and do its thing. So that is that. Pretty fun stuff. Very automated in many ways. Runtime, if you want to use additional things at runtime, you'd have to add them here. So maybe I need to add a custom editor to this, so where you can add stuff, because maybe you don't add them to the dictionary, but you want to add them here to have access to non-serializable objects in an easy to use way here. As you can see, we got the GUIDs, and if you go to the object references, there's also a dictionary here. This is going to cache things, so as you call them, it actually caches in the dictionary with the assumption that you're not actually going to be calling all of these at once. You're just going to be calling some, and those ones maybe you're going to call over and over. So you cache them in a dictionary here, and then they're easier to get. But there's just a get method, basically. Tries to get from the dictionary. If it doesn't, then it returns a default object if we don't have it in the list at all. Otherwise, it adds it to the dictionary and then returns that. So, yeah. Anyways, that's that. So we're going to be kind of testing that as we go, because there probably are still some bugs. I would assume there would be some bugs. That was one of the things I wanted to test. And also the saving of the data, make sure it saves properly. Although in this demo, we were not adding anything to the dictionaries, but just want to make sure it saves properly. And eventually I'll remove the whole migration thing and remove all the code that works for the V3. With the game modules update, the V4 update, everything's going to be changed. Unfortunately, it means it's going to break projects, so I kind of think I should just remove it all now. But this is the type of thing that even if you have to change all your other code to work with the new system, if you've saved a lot of stuff in your dictionaries, like I had, even for this demo scene, it's a hell of a lot easier to hit that button. Now, this is supposed to be, when you start it, it's going to be empty, and then it's going to automatically migrate for you, but then this button will do it for you as well. So if you for some reason there's a bug or something, you can always click the clear and then migrate, and that'll migrate your previous version stuff, which is all, this is what it used to look like. It'll migrate all that to the new version, which looks like this now. So yeah, and that's why some of these will have these, because technically every single one of these had an int value. It was 0, but I didn't want, if this is supposed to be 0, I didn't want to not include it. So we include it, and then you'll just have to go through and delete each one of those. I don't know why there's only one on this, though. That's something to look into. I think there's, yeah. Oh, no, there's only one. That's why, I guess. I guess at one point I probably changed it to check something or something. But this was on the test one, so that is that. All right. So I guess it's been a weekend and a day. It's been Friday I started this process of updating this, and I spent all day Saturday and some of Sunday before going to a friend's house to watch a football game and gain 5 pounds of buffalo wings. True story, by the way. 5 pounds. 5 pounds. I'm sure it's the salt content, and I'll pee it all out in the next few days, but still. Woo! They were tasty, though. They were very, very tasty. The one time a year I eat buffalo wings. Alright, maybe more than once, but still. Yeah, so I think I need to add the demo daemon to this now, because that's where I kind of left off. Or actually, I was left off with the there's a bug with the magic pedestals. So this is where we are here. There should be a dead something on the ground or somewhere. Where are we? Is there a dead thing on the ground? Or I guess I already picked it up in this demo. So there's a dead one on the ground. So there's a dead guy there. You can pick him up and you get rewards. I need to add a sound effect. But there's supposed to be some magic pedestals here that just aren't there. And then this only one that is here is like not working properly or something. So I need to fix that. And then add the demo daemon, and then we should be good. So yeah, so you see there are magic pedestals here. But for whatever reason, they're not visible or something in the scene. So let's see what happens to them when we press play. Do they disappear? They do. All right, so there's probably something in the load code that thinks they're dead, and so it's destroying them, because that's what you should do for dead enemies when you load it. If you're loading save data, then they're dead. So you know. So the magic pedestal has load state. Let's do a thing here. Debug.log pedestal magic pedestal load state, and we'll put in game object.name just to see if they're actually getting to that point, because I before I dig deeper I want to check to see if it's getting to that point. If it's not getting to that point, then something else is going on. Load state. So magic pedestal load. Alright, so we got all of them going to that state, but then they disappear. So that's good. Why do they disappear then? Destroy. That's destroying new projectiles. That's the only thing that does. And just to refresh my memory, did they actually get destroyed or just turned off? I think they just got turned off, but let's find out. I hope everyone's doing a good job. Well, I hope you're doing a good job. But I hope you're having a good day. All right, so it looks like they just got turned off. Interesting that they have different settings as well. But all right. So they're not dead. Interesting. Oh, this is the turned on one. Okay. And here's a turned off one. Okay, well. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what's going on here? They all have the same ID, I bet. FF7. FF7, yep. So, this save and load system requires a unique ID for each object that's savable. So if you delete it, it's going to create a brand new one. So I, in my efficiency, copied the original and then didn't change that. I wonder if there's a callback on copied or something. That would be interesting. Let's see. Let's ask the internet. Chat, OpenAI. I'm not asking the internet. I'm asking in Unity, is there a callback when an object is created in the hierarchy? For example, if I copy an object, I would like to know on the new object that it was created and take some action. Yes. Whenever an object is created in the hierarchy, it's on hierarchy change. Okay. It's part of the editor class. That doesn't sound like it's on new though, but let's see. Unity on hierarchy change. Handler for message is sent when an object group is in hierarchy changes. I don't care if it's changed. I want to know if it's new. Let's see. Are there additional options? Hierarchy. Create game object hierarchy event args. Change game object structure. What's this? Sounds dangerous. So I was thinking that I wanted a bit of code to automatically adjust this. But that seems dangerous. So instead, I want code to spam the console. So on savable here, let's see, how can we do this? Probably on validation, because that's where we get the save ID, and we're just going to generate a new one. And then we're going to expand on validate here to say do that, and also check save ID is for duplicates. Private void. I'm just going to copy this one, you know. And for this one, we're going to say if Unity editor. Then we're going to do something, and then we'll say and if. And you know what, now that I think about it, this has to be done for this as well. So we will do it here and not do it down here. That way both of these only run in the editor. And then we're going to get, let's see, we're going to get all objects of a type savable in the scene, and get their ID. So I know how to do this, I think, but you know, ChatGPT is right here, so let's get a reminder. I need code to find all objects of, or all components of type scriptable, save object in the scene. Excuse me. Sure, here's an example. Isn't this nice, using the AI? It's important to know about it and all that stuff, but wow, what's it doing? Get scene manager, huh? I don't think we need that. I think we just need game objects.find. Well, I guess this is going through all the children too. Get the active scene and then go to all the root objects using the scene. It makes sense. With this game objects, we iterate through all the root objects in the scene and use that to get all the components. Yeah, that makes sense too. Finally, you loop through those. Yeah, actually, this isn't so bad. Isolating to the exact scene is a neat little trick. I don't think you need to do that, but yeah, let's just copy paste and then look at it again. All right, so we are going to need then scene management, and we're going to do something else here. All right, so we're looking at the active scene. We're getting a list of game objects, and then for each one, we're going to find an array of components that are savable, and then savable components add range. Add those to the list. This really should be only one, but there could be children of an object that are savable, I suppose. So this is actually a good way of doing it. Originally, I was only going to find the top level ones, probably. And add range, and now we do something to it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I love how it adds comments. The AI adds comments. All right. Maybe one day there will be an option to have the AI be snarky. If you want the AI to be snarky to you. Hey, doofus, you asked me this yesterday. Can't remember, can you? Huh? Stop copy pasting from the AI. Type it out yourself, doofus. I want the AI to be snarky sometimes. I'm very polite to the AI. Sometimes I say thank you. Like this. I say thank you. And then it says my pleasure or something like that. You're welcome. Isn't that nice? All right. And then for each one, we're going to do something. So what we're really going to do is if savable components.count x dot get save ID equals get save ID. If that count is greater than 1, then we're going to do something. Why is this? Get save ID. Oh, I think it's just save ID. I see. Yep. I was doing the create one. I should probably just write create. Let's see. Cache. Oh, so this is caching it. Cache save ID. Okay. Oh no, this is creating it. If it already has one, so create save ID. That's more clear. Okay. So if there's more than one of the save ID of this type, then we're going to spam the console here. So we will say debug.log error. And we'll say there are. So what we're really going to do is save this value bar number of IDs equals that. And if number of IDs is greater than 1. So there are that many objects with the save ID. This is not allowed. And often happens when a savable object is copied in the scene. Please delete the save ID on the new object, and a new random string will be created for you. Hello, Oliver. How are you? And then we will do, and then that's the next line. Do not delete the save ID on the old object, or you may lose save game data. 2 exclamation marks. Okay, why is this that? It needs a parenthesis. All right, so that should do that trick. And then there's one other thing I wanted to check. That warning at the end is the key bit, because so first of all, let's copy this and we'll duplicate that. So now we get 2 objects with that. So we're seeing the error here, and that's going to keep happening every time we do any on validation stuff. So it's not going to happen over and over, but it's going to happen. Now you can just, I think you can just click this, and no, you can't click it. Oh well. Ooh, actually there's code to make it so when you click that, it goes to the object. Let's see. I know this, again, I know I can do this, but yeah, how are the Unreal sales going? They're growing, right? Slowly though, very slowly. Unreal's a much smaller store, I feel, than the asset store. I think the number of users are just smaller for Unreal. But more and more people are talking to us about it, right? I'll let Oliver answer. Let's see. What's the code that will allow a user to click the debug.log message and go to a specific object? There's code you can add to your debug logs that when you click it, it will select a object in the editor, which is very fancy. And it's a good way of just like leading people to the right object, obviously, especially if it's not the object that the script is on. So it's just the object. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do here is just say game object. And let's see if that works. Jellies. Yeah, the original stuff will have the seam, and I think the mesh itself might have a seam where maybe the oh, look at that. That found a new issue. Who knew? Who knew? My own little debug just found me another thing. All right. So this is one we'll delete. All right. So that will do that. Neat. The jelly, the sphere jelly, I think there might be something about the normals at the seam might be pointing the wrong direction, or something like that. and that's a mesh issue. Issue. Yeah, issue. A mesh issue. Yeah. So earlier, you saw me delete a savable thing and go like this, and then, uh-oh, it's gone, and that's that. Can you undo? You can undo, but if you forget to undo, you're screwed. And if your game is live, and this is like saved data for, the boss or a quest item, next time that level is loaded, the save data is there in the save file, but this is how it knows what object that saved bit of data applies to. So we want to keep a check here to basically make sure you don't accidentally delete this. So we could have a lock on it where if it's locked, it's you can't change it. That's one option. Another option is to have a pop-up that says, hey, do you really want to change this? I think the pop-up is a safer option because it gets your attention. The lock, folks might not really realize what that's there for. Even if I put a message, they might not read it. So what I think we can do is create a small editor script and wrap this all up and make it a little bit more user-friendly and informational. I think that would be a helpful... Like, I don't want to create editor scripts on most things if I don't have to, but in this case, I feel it's helpful. And then we can make this a little bit more user-friendly and safe to use, because I would feel terrible if somebody accidentally deleted it and they didn't have a backup and they're like, now my whole save data is bad. That would be terrible. So let's do that real quick. It shouldn't take too long, and making editor scripts is fun. So we have it savable, so we need a new editor script for savable. And so we're going to go down to the... I think I need to reorganize how this all works too, but that's okay. Create a folder, and we're going to call this editor. And then we're going to create a new script called Saveable Editor. Is that why I typed it? Saveable? Is that why I called it? Saveable. I did. All right. And close other tabs, and we're going to kind of cheat. And stat editor. Remind myself. Oh yeah, custom editor type of, and then thing there. Okay, editor, and this is going to be that, and this is going to be namespace Infinity PBR modules, and we'll throw all of this up here, and we will say yes, use all those things, or we can just copy all this and do that. Okay, so we need a reference to the object we're doing, so I always use this object, but I think there's a Story who said this object was confusing to him. I think it was. And then we're going to do this setup. Oh, but it's not an override. Because this is what we're doing on this one. Setup. Oh, I guess I could use... No, but we're not a scriptable object, so I can't use Infinity Editor modules. Setup. How far up does setup happen? Happens here. Oh, it's an abstract. Well, what we really need is this. Alright. Stat editor. Nope. Savable editor. We need onEnable. Private void onEnable, and we're going to say this is going to be called script, and script equals target, and savable editor or savable target. Oh, that's the issue. Saveable, and this needs to be savable up there too. Okay, and that is still not fixed. Why is that not savable script. Yeah, target's part of the editor class. It's an object, so can I guess I have to cast it? Oh, that's what I was trying to do earlier. Oh well. Okay, so we got our script on enable. And then we're going to do an private void on GUI, on scene GUI, I think it is. And we're going to say label test, just to see if this is actually working. It's not. What is the on inspector GUI? That's right. On inspector GUI. I should just type it. On inspector GUI. Get the muscle memory by typing it. Alright, so we're also going to be putting out our save ID and whatnot. So, let's make sure it works, and then we will do the magical stuff that happens on it. It's still not working. Why the heck not? On inspector GUI. Why wouldn't it be working? Let's see. An example of one that is working is conditions repository. So let's look at that. Conditions repository editor. What's the difference between these two? Let's find out. Let's open them up in another tab. So we'll bring this over here. Alright, so we have our savable editor over here. Custom editor, type of whatever it is. There's that. That's an editor. This object, this thing, on enable, does all that. On validate, on inspector GUI. Maybe it has to be public override. Oh, that's probably what this is telling me right here. Yeah. Alright, yep. I was supposed to override it, not do a new one. Alright, so now if we go to our magic pedestal, we see test. Alright, perfect. We're in Biznatch now. Alright, we're going to bring this over here just in case we need it later. We'll reference that, and we'll come back here, bring this here, zoom in a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Let's build ourselves an editor. By the way, if you have any of my stuff, then you'll probably have this editor utilities class, and that's where I'm pulling all this stuff from. I've built myself a whole lot of little helpers to making editor scripts faster and more efficient. So we're going to start by saying a header, so draw header, and then we will do a draw header's a thing there. Okay, so we'll just do header, private void header, and in our header we're going to do a start message box, or just message box. And it's going to say, content's going to be this object will now be saved using the game module save and load system. Please refer to the online docs linked at InfinityPBR.com for instructions and tutorials on how to set up the individual classes and components that you want to save and load. Individual. Alright, and then we're going to do one more just to ultra important. Each savable object must have a unique save ID in the scene. This value should never be changed once you start saving data, as it is the only way your save it is how the system knows where where data from the save file should be loaded. Alright, and this is going to be a message type in warning, because I want to really get that across. Alright, let's just see what this looks like. It's going to show up right here. There we go. I guess we don't need this first one. I do think the important warning is important. So we're going to do the warning still, and then we'll do a space, and then we're going to do a label. And we'll save ID is going to be, well, I guess we're just going to print out the save ID. So script.save ID, and we'll see what that looks like. Can't select it though. That's annoying. Why can't I select it? Can we select other things? No, you can't select stuff like that. So instead of doing it like that, we're going to do a save ID symbol.info, and we'll do a tooltip here. Oops. The save ID is automatically generated, but you can change it. Do not change the value if your project already has save files in the save files, or this object will not load next time those files are loaded. Alright, so we're going to be able to change it, but we're going to do a pop-up. And I'm also going to have a lock button as well. So, let's see. Our pop-up is going to be... Well, first we're doing that. So now we need a text field that just has that, and we'll make it maybe 150 wide. And we're going to have to make this a horizontal. So start row, and then an end row. Always have to end rows that you start. And then this is going to be 100 wide, and we'll see what that looks like. So now you'll be able to copy the save ID if for whatever reason you need to. Save ID doesn't have to be gibberish either. It could be a specific string that you name yourself. It could be like dog or puppy or you know, whatever you want really. I just want this to be longer than the string will be. But if you don't do anything, and by default you haven't done anything, so it'll do it automatically, you're going to get GUID, which is just a really long string. And I think it's like 1 in a quadrillion chance of it being the same as another GUID. Alright, so you got your save ID there. But we're also going to check to see if you... well, first actually we're going to move this to body. We'll do save ID display. So yeah, move that here. So now we're gonna check to see if you've changed it. So var temp ID equals save ID, or script dot save ID, and then just caching that. And then if temp ID does not equal script.save ID, that means we have to prompt for change. So prompt user for confirmation, and we're going to pass in the temp ID because it might revert. And so we'll create that method here. So on this one, we're going to say, I think it's called a dialogue. Yeah, I think it's dialogue. Warning. So this is, you get a few options up here. So warning, about to overwrite save ID. Do you really want to change the save ID? This will break save files that already exist. And yes and cancel are both perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is an if here. If that, then, well, yeah, so if we do that, then we're going to say return because they said yes, I want to. Otherwise, we're going to say that save script.saveID equals temp ID. Set save. Do we not have set save ID? What's the dealio? Do we not have it? Oh, I'm missing parentheses. Set save, no, save ID. No, I guess we should look. What did I do for this? How do we set the save ID? Create save ID, and we just say save ID equals that. So I guess we need a set save ID option. Oh yeah, because yeah. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. So it's gonna be public void set save ID. Yeah. Var value or string value. It's going to be save ID equals value. Okay. Temp ID. So we're either going to set it to temp ID or we're going to set it to our new ID, because this didn't actually change it. Text field was just an empty text field. It wasn't being assigned to anything. And none of these actually do the actual change. We have to do that ourselves. So what we can do here is say script.set save ID, and then look for the value from this question mark, and then if true, then we'll do new ID. Otherwise, temp ID, and we can say old ID or current ID, and then we'll do that here too. All right, so if we say yes to this, then we will, there we go. If we say yes to this, I'm just going to lay this out slightly differently. All right, there we are. So if we say yes to this, then we'll set it to the new ID. If we say no to it, we'll set it to the old ID. Let's test that out. And then that's all we do on this. What's fun about this is that now technically we can make this a little bit shorter because it does just one thing. What's that called again? What is that called again? That's called a lambda operator. That's it. A lambda operator. Alright, so let's see what happens if we change this to some gibberish. And nothing happened. Well, geez. Well, geez Louise. Oh, that's because I didn't say new ID. There we go. All right. Oh, do you really want to? Uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. We need a delayed text field because now every single time you type anything, it's going to do that. So that's not what we want. Delayed text. All right, that should be enough. Just changing it to delay text because I've already built that for myself. How fancy pants is that? That's pretty fancy pants. Yep, dog. Yes, I want to change it to dog. So now it's dog. So now if we come back here to Magic Pedestal, it says dog. And if we delete it to nothing, yes, I want it to be nothing, and then it will update it to something. No, it won't. Do we not do on validate? Actually, what we should do is an automatic check here if string dot is null or empty or white space new ID, then we will say new ID equals current ID and do nothing at all. So it did end up doing it on validate, just you know. All right, so if we delete it and hit return, it just goes back to nothing. If we delete it, add a bunch of spaces, hit return, it goes back to where it is, and it doesn't prompt. It just says it can't do that at all. But if we type some gibberish, it will be ask us, and it will be yes or no. So that'll give a nice little prompt. So that's fancy. Now let's add a lock it down button. Actually, let's add a create new button, and we're gonna have a similar thing there. So on here, we're just gonna have a if button create new we'll just say new. Then we will say new ID equals system.guid.new_guid.toString, and then it will give us a prompt as well, and we're gonna make this a dark color. So we're gonna say background color is gonna be color.black, and then reset color here. I figured that might, we should make it a small button too, so we'll make it 40 wide total. That way it won't be quite as visible, because I don't actually want people to click it. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to click this button here. You know, it's not a big, bright green or blue button or something. So it's just new here. And if you do that, it'll ask you if you want to do a new one, and it'll change it. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it'll ask you, it'll prompt you if you want to change it. Okay. So now let's do a lock button. And so on savable, we need a value to keep this, so we're going to create a public bool that we just hide in the inspector, and then public bool, or we can do this, do like this, serialize field, private bool, locked equals true. By default, we're going to lock it. Inspector, and then over here we will say save ID display is going to do, let's see, well, we're gonna change this once it's locked, but down here we will do show lock, and private void show lock is going to be a big button. So if button script.locked, if it's locked, then the button's going to say unlock, otherwise it's going to say lock. Oh, it's because we made it private. Yeah. Locked. Okay, so if script is locked, then do that. And we're going to make this a total of 150 wide. Do we have other options for height? What is wrong with this? It's wrong. Okay. Where are other options here? We do have other options for width and height. So 150, and then we'll make it 50 tall because I want it big and tall. And we're going to say background color if and script dot locked. So if it's locked, we're going to say then it's going to be color dot black and make it colors if and then the next round is background false, otherwise color dot white or say green because I want people to click it, and then color dot gray for the text and color dot white. We'll see what that looks like, and we'll reset color there. All right, let's just look at it first. Need to lurk. Lurker, like in StarCraft. Do we have a bug? Does it just not load? Sometimes it doesn't seem to load. Yeah, that's what was going on there. All right, I can make this. Maybe, let's see. I think we're gonna need a space here. And then we'll make this a little less tall and make it 200 wide. And all right, so if we do it, then script.locked equals not script.locked. So just toggle that, delete those, and then I guess we can make this red. See what that looks like. That works. That's scary enough, right? And then then when it's locked, we don't want to show this. We want to show a label instead. So we will say if script.locked, then we will do something in return. And part of that, we are also going to end row because we have to end the row, otherwise we'll get some errors. And one thing we will do here is then put out this in a label. And we will say label gray maybe. Well, how about this? We'll do label. And then end row, and then we'll say label gray. Save ID is locked to prevent accidental changes. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. So now it goes back and forth. So now it should start out locked. You know, all of these will be locked so that you can't change it from the script. You can't do that at all. If you want to unlock it, you can then copy it. But if you change it accidentally, if you're like, oh, I'm just going to copy the, oh shoot, I pressed the wrong button, and then you hit return or something, it'll give you the option to go back, and then you can lock it again. Perfect. That's nice, right? That's good. That'll be helpful. And now, of course, if you copy this, then it will give you a warning that something needs to happen. And I guess we should show this warning here as well, huh? Yeah, let's try that. Let's do that last one. So this should probably be up here under the header. So duplicate warning. And this is an editor script, so it's only going to happen in the editor. And so let's see. On validate, check for duplicates. We'll just copy this code real quick. If we're going to copy the code, then we should make this better. So we have editor utilities, and let's make sure I didn't already do this. Scene manager, get active scene, get active. Nope, we didn't. Okay, so let's put it, where do we put it? Keys pressed, list ordering, searching, count. Okay, well, all right. We'll just put it down at the bottom, I suppose. So what we're going to do is a public static int count save IDs in scene, and then string save ID, and we'll see. All right, save a scene manager. Need to import that. Get that, and the number IDs. So we're going to return that if the number of those equals that. All right. So now back here in this, we can say number of IDs equals count that and save ID. So long as we're using the editor utilities, but we're not. So we need to put this somewhere else actually. So yes, we need to put this in using Unity, and no, not using Unity Infinity PBR modules dot utilities. Where's it? Static modules dot utilities, game modules utilities. So this one is not an editor script. So we need to put it down here, and we actually, so I need to add the same thing up here. We need to make sure that this only happens if Unity editor, then we do this. Otherwise, else, and then end if, return -1. Because this will throw an error if you try to use it at runtime. Same deal here. And same deal here. Yeah, because we actually don't need this elf. Well, we just need the end if there. All right, so that should work now. Let's see. Unvalidate. Nope. Yeah. Number of IDs equals count. Save IDs if that is greater than 1. So we can really just say if this is greater than 1, then do that. I guess we can cache it, so we're going to cache it. All right, and then we're going to copy this because we're going to do something over here that's similar. Script.saveID, so cache the number of IDs. If it's over 1, then we will do space, and then a space here, and then background color is going to be, we'll just say colors. Actually, we want to change both of them. So colors is going to be color.red for the background and color.white for the foreground. I might make that black. We'll reset colors at the end. Then in the middle here, we're going to do a start vertical box and an end vertical box, and then we're going to do a label, and we'll do warning. There are a number of IDs, objects, or savable objects in the scene with the same save ID. This will cause problems when loading data, and often occurs when an object is copied in the hierarchy or brought in as a prefab. Please update the save ID on the new object. Do not change it on the original object. And we will throw in line breaks. Let's see if that looks okay. Oh, it does not. We need a wrap on it. So this has an option for wrapping. So we can do false for bold and true for word wrap. There we go. And let's see if we can go really dramatic with red on red. Is that too much? Whoa, it's a little bit too much. Probably make this white again. Okay. That's not very bright red, is it? What if that's probably fine. All right, so there you go. So that is what happens there, and then this is the copy we made. So we'd unlock it, we'd create a new one, we'd say yes, and then that message goes away. We relock it, and Bob is your uncle. And let's automatically lock it too. How about that? Just one more thing. Always one more thing. You can just call me Steve Jobs because there is one more thing. Let's just automatically lock that. So when we do dialogue, that oh, that means we can't do it like this. Oh well. Yeah, that's too bad. Oh well, we'll do it differently. So if we say yes to this, then we do something. Otherwise, we do nothing. So we will say set save ID to the new ID, and then script.locked equals true, and then return. Otherwise, we will set save ID to the current ID. All right. So slight change in that method, but a good one. So now when we unlock it, if we say new, we say yes, it automatically locks it. So that would be even more helpful to not accidentally forget to lock it and then accidentally forget that somebody pushed that button and whatever, happens. All right. So now that we solved the problem where each of these had different save IDs, when we press play, they should all show up. I need to put blockers on the walls so that these things actually explode like they're supposed to. So let's just do that real quick. Let's see. Create 3D object cube. Where is it? Oops. I'm gonna call this wall collider. Where is it? All the way over there? That's not where it's supposed to be. I need it over here. Alright, let's make this a little bit less thick, a little bit taller. And a lot wider. I'm just going to make a few of these. We don't need them in all places. Just need them in a few places. All right. There's our troll. Alright, so now if we turn off their mesh renderer, not on that one, on all of them, press play. Hey, turn off, I said. Save and press play. They should explode. I'm not hearing any explosions. I'm not seeing any explosions. Well, why not? That's a good question, Andrew. Why the heck not? Let's see the code here. What's this? Scene's not loaded? Wait a minute. That sounds like something I just messed up. Game modules, utilities. And play mode is is there code like this, which is if is not playing? Thought there was. Unity editor, Unity win. It doesn't seem to be working. It's happening in play mode. Oh, unless it's not. Maybe it's just happening in edit mode only. Oh, because there's no scene loaded. No? Well, geez, now I just don't know because it's not happening now. I don't know. I'll have to see it happen again, I suppose. Or maybe it was from before. I don't know. Let's see. Magic ball, magic ball, magic ball. Get out of play mode. It's when we get out of play mode that happens. Interesting. I'll have to fix that because that's gonna annoy some folks and confuse some folks. Alright. On trigger enter. Collider other. Oh, it has to be called Collider. No wonder. Can we just call the whole map Collider? Does that work? Yep. So I don't think we need these at all. There should be one right in front of me firing. There should be a postal right there, I thought. Yeah, this one. Okay, well, just in case that one was being destroyed with the old save data. Alright, that seems to be working. Alright. Firing all of them now. Alright, so that fixed that problem. I should have saved when we were closer. I'm not scared. I'll stay in. Alright, so we're going to get closer. We'll leave this dead body on the floor. We'll walk through this obstacle course where the magic balls are going to be firing at us. Oh, crazy obstacle course there. Now we've got our two bad guys.
Ouch, that hurt. Ouch, that hurt.
Oh, you can't hear the audio, can you?
Attack.
Let me change that. Alright. Oh.
Oh no, I'm dying. Ouch, that hurt. Oh no, I'm dying.
Haha, they died. Pick up their bodies. Okay, now we're going to create the demo demon. Oh, I forgot saving. Oh well. That's all good. Now the demo demon. Brand new character. I think I'm getting carpal tunnel today. My hand hurts. I don't know why. Yowza. Taking a mental break by checking my phone real quick. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because before you could hear it through my microphone. Now you can hear it through my microphone and the computer. I guess I can turn the volume down a little bit. Maybe that would be nice of me, because you don't want to double up. Alright, so demo demon is going to be up here. Probably should just make him closer or something, but that's okay. We'll keep him up there. It's a pretty long level. So our demo demon is up here. And where is our demo demon? We don't have a demo demon yet. We have our imp. Let me close all these, clean this up. Demo scenes, prefabs, actors, imp. So we need a bad guy called Demo Demon. So we're going to copy this for now, and Demo Demon, and use this as our placeholder. We will make it face this direction, and we will then change it to be the demon. So let's look at this. Where's our demo demon? Where did it go? Right up there. All right, all the way down here. All right, demo demon is not going to be an imp. We can delete this. It's going to be a different poly shape. And we will have point lights. We'll make him red. And that's nice. That saved me. We're going to change this. It's not going to be an imp. It's going to be the demo demon. We are going to have box collider, rigid body. We're going to have the shaker and all that. Okay. So we'll just save this for now, and let's do this cutout. So the cutout is going to be, let me bring in, where is it? Images, NPCs, demon. This demon, where is... Did I not bring in... Let me find out real quick. Find demon. Contains that. It's an image. Here it is. Alright, and it's going to be a sprite. I got this from Midjourney. I think this is a great use of AI art. We're just going to bring this in here. Whoops, nope, not like that. We have to bring it off here where there's no actual materials. And then we'll lay it down flat. Alright, and then we'll go up like this. Then we'll make a new poly shape. And then we will just kind of outline this. This will take a little bit of time, but it's going to look really cool. To include all the hair. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, this is not probably how you would make your game by doing this, but for prototyping and just quickly getting something in there that's kind of cool looking. Probably should have chosen something without so many spikes. I'm clearly cutting off a bunch of the spikes, but you know. Zoom in a little bit. Oh, good. Oh no. Can I undo? Oh no. Changed everything. Ah, okay. Maybe I should use an easier demon. Let's do that. Let me see. Where was my prompt for this? It was in the... Yes. This one. Demon, demon, demon. Wait, did I not have it? Ah. I thought it'd be here, but I guess it's not. Alright, we're gonna say imagine. Where was it? Go to Midjourney. Do a search in my own stuff. If it loads. Demon. No, no demon. Troll. It's not. The search is not working. Well, that's gonna be hard to find. Where was it? Where was it? Maybe it was in this one. I've done a lot. I have a random test thing that I just test random ideas out in, and it could have been in here. I usually move them to the proper folders when I find something that I like. to avoid this exact issue. And I do a lot of random testing in mid-journey when I'm waiting for something to happen or taking a short break from things. More important things. Let's see. Almost there. Almost to where it would be. Almost there. Stay on target. Stay on target. Almost there. Oh man. It's going back pretty far. Man, how long ago was this? Alright, if it's not in this next little bit, then it must be in a different area. I don't even remember when all this stuff was. The dates. No, okay. Can I search? Troll. Oops. Nope, no. Search troll. They need to index the server. Gosh darn it. Well, alright, let's just do a prompt then. Imagine character, monster, white background, cute demon, white background. Ow, my hand. Is it carpal tunnel? Could be. My punny quips. I ran out of my fast time yesterday for the month. 14 days into the month. Do you want to know how many images I've made in Midjourney? A shit ton. A shit ton. Is it in live stream? Oh, could have been in live stream. Ah, there it is. This is what I'm looking for. Alright, I'm going to copy this. Should have remembered live stream exists. Okay, imagine this. Instead of a scary thing, we're doing a really cute, innocent demon. That's funny, right? That's a cute, innocent demon instead of a scary troll or a scary demon. I think so. Okay, we'll keep that up over there. Yeah, because I don't want to cut this out, and I think in the end it's actually not going to look that good once I cut it out. So I'm not going to. Delete. So we just need Midjourney to do its thing. Oh, hello, Aaron. Yes, we're live now. Are you alive as well? How are you doing, Aaron? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I decided to start a little bit earlier just to see, if folks in different time zones, Europe, I guess Europe, you're probably asleep by now. You better be asleep. But night owls in Europe, and then the East Coast folks, see if that helps people. I realized that the workday I was definitely going to be able to end at 4, which I try to end at 4 because I eat lunch at my desk. So I'm like 8 to 4 is a full 8 hours. That's something. So and some days I start earlier than that for meetings. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'll be able to end at 4. So I created the stream and said I'm going to end at 4 and just go from work to this. And that's basically what I did. I did take a short break to eat food before the stream, though. Come on, Midjourney. Hurry it up. The problem is it's being slow. How much would it cost to switch to fast? $1? $4 for an hour of fast time? Is it worth $4? Aha. 7:35. Not as many people in mountain time. Not too many people. Okay, well, I guess while that's going, we can make a copy of the imp script and make this a demon script. It's going to be very similar to the imp, I believe, but it might be different. Okay, so yeah, it's very similar to the imp, but it's not the imp. So let's add it to. Then we're gonna add to it. We're gonna add it to here. We collapse these. Demon. And so we have fighter and an imp, and we're gonna make this a demon. Create new ID. And let's see. Demon. Stat effects. Hit points is going to have 20 hit points because it's the boss. And let's see. The fighter has 2 might and 4 extra hit points. So for the demon, we're going to give it some extra might. And we're going to give it some speed and some accuracy. Not personality. Speed. And okay, I got a bug. It's adding the wrong things. I just changed the list, and so one's pulling from a different list. Okay, so we'll just add more accuracy, say super accurate. So we'll give him 13 accuracy. Alright, that's fine. Here's our super cute demons. This one's pretty cute. Right? But it's also got a lot of spiky bits. Maybe we can't really help that. Oh, you can't see these ones. Sorry. I wasn't showing them you. My apologies. I downloaded Blender the other day too, and then I closed it. It needs a middle mouse button, and I loaded it on my Mac. I'm not used to any of them. I guess you could have seen it. I'm trying to make that. I guess in the meantime we can just make it. Alright. So then we go back to our demon here and we make it a actor class. It's going to be a fighter. And actor race will be demon. Nope. Actor class is a fighter. Actor race is a demon. Turn off objects when dead. We'll turn off the lights when they're dead. What do we do? Is this... I guess it's everything. Okay. We have other attacks. Audio clip. Wait a minute. Now my audio's not. Oh. Okay, attack. Ouch.
Oh, you got me. I am the demo demon. You shall not pass.
Alright, good. Alright, so for the demo demon, we've got our attack, got hit, our death, rewards. We'll add those in a bit. Shaker is going to be this. Rigid body is this. Save body, demo, demon, demo, demon. Starting stats is going to be the same as these. There's a whole bunch. Might, stamina, all the usual suspects. Then hit points, level, attack, and damage. All right. So, how many is them? 12. 12 starting stats. Where'd they go? Down here. Okay. So damage. And attack. And did I hard code these? I did. So 2 and 2 and 3, 3. So we're going to just give him 3 rolls of up to 4 damage. We'll do 2 rolls up to 4 damage. Level 5, 5, and these gotta be the same. Hit point max and hit points, and those are both going to be 0. They're going to be automatically computed. And then we have wisdom and might, stamina, personality, luck, speed, and accuracy. What did we give the troll? Gave him 13 on everything. We're going to give this one 18 on everything. It might be too strong. We do want it to feel like a boss, but we don't actually want the players to lose. So that might be too strong, but we'll see. Alright. Let's check these out, see if there's one that's easier than the rest. Not really, they all look kind of the same to me. So we'll take this one. Actually, maybe the other ones are better. Yeah. We will take then... maybe this one down here. Yeah, alright. Upscale that real quick. Okay, so we had this other intro thing for the demon. So the demon's going to have some custom stuff. I'm just copying. I'm not reinventing most of this, but I am going to say... let's see. Do we have an on-trigger enter in our on-trigger enter? We do. Okay. So we're going to copy this, go to our daemon, override it. And we're going to do if it's player, then that, and then we're going to have a serialized field, private string, or bool rather, introduction, and that's going to be false. And then we're going to say if introduction, then return. Otherwise, we're going to introduction equals true, and we're going to say play audio, play clip, and we're going to give a intro clip, and the intro clip is going to be up here. So public audio clip, intro clip, and we'll populate that. That way when we first see the demon, it's going to introduce itself to us as the demon. Oh, you know how to you know what the most annoying thing is that I have with my streams is my when I do transitions, it doesn't fade the music properly. Yeah. A playable demo of an RPG. That's my kind of demo. Where's my intro clip? There it is. Did I do that right one? Okay. All right, and then we've got our lovely demon here. Let's bring it into the Photoshop. Ye old Photoshop. Real quick. Object selector. Let's see how good it does. This one's not the best for the object selector, but I think it'll do pretty good. Hey, that seems pretty good to me. And then we will add just this little bit here. We're not going to try to be clean about it. Or at least not that clean about it. And then we will remove this. I could have used another tool for this, but whatever. All right. That should be that. All right, good enough for the movies. And files, export, PNG. Where are we exporting this to? We are going to our images, NPCs, reveal in ye old Finder. Export to that. And call this demon. And I don't know if it went to the right spot. Did it go in the right spot? It did. Okay. So we'll set this up as a sprite. Apply. Make a quick cutout of it. Alright, new poly shape. Oh well. That won't be an issue. New poly shape. We will just not include the poly shape of that bit. Now, if you remember the audio from earlier, it definitely sounded like more of a male voice. So that should be pretty funny that the demo demon turns out to be the style of demon, and then also having a very deep demon-like male voice. They say humor is really just something unexpected, so maybe that'll be funny if you unexpected it. Also, the k sound is supposed to be funny. So they say. I took a class in college, stand-up comedy class, and she said that the k sound is funny. For some reason, the k sound is funny. So cake is a funny word. Kick the cake in the can hole. Does that mean shut your cake hole is funnier than shut your pie hole? I mean, probably. It's probably just science. You can't argue with science, right? You can argue with scientists, especially the ones who are wrong. You can't argue with science. Cake is funny. My eye hurts. Almost there. Stay on target. Alright, and then we will extrusion 0.1. Did I do it? Or more? Wait a minute. Please tell me it's extruding. God damn it. Doesn't look like it worked. Well, that's annoying. Very quick now. Speed demon mode. All right. There we go. Quit editing. There it is. And now we need to throw on demon. Throw on this. I said throw on this. I said throw on this. Okay, I said throw on this. There we go. The demon, though, however, is not going to have this. It's going to have... Oh, did I do that in... Oh, okay, one more step. Substance 3D sampler. Be sure, Aaron, to share that video on my Discord. I'd be curious to see it and make sure other people see it. I want to do the 3D capture one day. I want to try that out. New. We're going to bring in our demon. And image. Oops. Hey. Go back. Go back. Image to material. Import. Quickly go to our image to material right here. Oops. Too far in. Too far. Hey. Calm down. Hey. There we go. Right. And we will look at our height. And do a very quick... should be good enough. Share it. Export as demon and it's already in there. Replace all, that's fine with me. Give it just a few seconds. Thank you, Aaron. Just a few seconds to get over there, then it imports them, and then in our thing here we have them all here. So we're going to use our mask map for both the roughness and the albedo because it's all there, and then the normal map for the normal map here. Fix that. And then we will what do we do for the troll? How do we do, or the imp? We made the scale of the imp really small, and this is 1. Alright, so I think let's see what happens when we make the scale of this smaller. Well, didn't seem to work like that, so oh, I know what I did. Didn't I do the UV editor? I did. I think, what did I do? How did I do this? Select the face, both of these, and then what did we say? Fill mode, fit. There we go. Expand this out. And that's good enough, right? See how shiny it is now? It's from the normal map and whatnot. Alright, so we got the demo demon. We're going to move this into... Nope, not there. Move it onto here. Turn that one off. We will override that, apply it all. Okay. And then copy component, paste component values. And where is our, actually turn this back on now. So I don't know why I can't see the transform. Oh, because I'm not in the right mode. That would explain that. Bring her down. And make her a bit bigger because she is a boss after all. That might be too big. We'll see. Point lights will move up. And let's see the lighting. Is that not seeing the lighting? Why can't we see the light? It's because we're in prefab mode. It should show the light in prefab mode. Huh. Alright. Demo daemon. We should be about good to go. Turn that off again. Oh, I suppose we need to adjust the shape of this. Not that one. No size. There we go. Make it taller. Make it wider. Alright, so she takes up the whole space there. Okay. And I think we can test it out, but I think I want to make the trigger happen earlier. Funny PBR. Alright, Finny PBR is fine too. But Funny PBR is more accurate. In Funny PBR. Why do I have 2 red errors over here? So can you hear that audio from the game like really loud? Because I can't. Oops. Where am I going? Down here. Ooh, I got hit by one. Oh yeah, I can hold space to run. Oh, we got attacked. Alright, let's see our demo demon. See how fast we get killed too. So we're going to save here. So we don't have to do that whole walk again. Yeah, so there's a bunch wrong here. Alright. First, I'm going to flip her around. I think the other side's a better fit. Okay, the lights don't seem to be doing anything, so I'm just going to turn them off. Yeah, and so we need to move this the trigger for the introduction down the road here. So we're gonna have to add a new method called play introduction on our daemon here. So it's going to be public void play introduction, and it's going to basically do this, and then this we don't need to use here anymore, so we can remove it. And we're going to create a new object, just a random game object, cube, I suppose. And what's going on here? Okay. And we're going to call this daemon intro trigger. We will move it over here, and we will make it bigger and bigger, and we'll turn off the mesh renderer. In fact, we will just remove these components, make this a trigger, and in our scripts create a C# script called daemon trigger. Namespace, Infinity, models, demo, whoops, modules.demo. And we're going to say We're just going to copy that on trigger, enter, on trigger, enter. If it's the player, then we do not. If it's not the player, then we return. Otherwise, we say public demon dot intro clip or play introduction, and then we can also destroy game object. So the trigger just goes away. Doesn't really matter in the end. It's just a trigger, but we'll do that anyways. And demon trigger, bring the demo demon over. Make sure we've saved our overrides. Save it, press play.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fairly easily.
Okay, let's see.
Attack. Oh no, I'm dying.
Oh yeah, that was fairly easy. But he had their incorrect stuff. Oh, you know why? I see it. You see it right now? We still have the imp script on it.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fairly easily. Ouch! Ouch! Attack! Ouch! Oh, you got me. I'm gonna be dead. Dead-eyed.
Oh. Oh, we must have... Oh, we're missing some of the turn-off objects. Alright. So, yes, we defeated them pretty easily. Just like the demo demon said, we need to change the turn-off objects to be this. And now we need to give some rewards. So for the rewards, one great easy way of doing it is to use the quest rewards module, which is in the upcoming one. And so we're going to create a new reward. So game modules, quest reward. We're going to do a point reward, and it's going to be 120 experience. And for this one, we're just going to add experience and give 120 to 120. Okay. And then we're also going to create one called 100 gold. And this one's going to give 100 gold. Actually, instead of giving 100 gold, let's see. Let's move both of these to the enemy rewards. Alright, experience. So let's rename these experience 120. And this one's going to be gold 100 to 120. And we'll do 100 to 120 gold. Round to the ceiling, and experience is just going to be 120 to 120, and no death loop for this one, sorry, but we will give it on here. So on death we will give the experience, and on pickup we'll give a bunch of gold, and override that. And then a few more things. I wanted to make another loot box. There's a little alcove here for loot. And suddenly I can't move. Alright, so there is an alcove here for loot. So I'm really just going to copy one of these other loot boxes that we've got going on already. Oh, we don't have one in this yet. Oh, okay. Prefabs. Did I save one? Did I not save one? I don't think I saved a prefab. Well, let's go do that. Scenes. Demo world. Save. Prefabs. Nope, we didn't. So we're going to make a prefab out of this. Create folder, loot and treasure. Make a prefab of this. 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 Okay. Go back to that other scene. Demo dungeon. Take that prefab. A large treasure box, bring it in here. Now we need a save ID change. That's convenient. And what's going to be in this? I need to update this dialogue. This has to be unique only in this object. And this should just be a loot box object too, so I need to update that too. But if we go back to our loot boxes, well, where's our loot boxes? It's another loot box somewhere. Okay, we're just gonna create a new one. Create folder treasure. We're gonna call this create loot box. Where is it? Loot box. This is gonna be dungeon level 2 items, and we're gonna include basic weapons. And here we're gonna add, select all of these, select all of these, and select all of these. We're gonna give it at least one cool thing. Select all of those, select all of those, and then the chances are going to be something like that. And the spawn chance we'll do something like that. Let's generate loot. Oh, hey, how come this all disappeared? That was weird. Implies that we have a bug somewhere. Oh, look at that. Oh, I bet none of these can use that. I probably didn't set it up right. All right, that's fine. We'll just do that then. So, all right. So this will just get you some items, some weapons you can use. So that's demo level 2 items, and so we will copy the UID. This is where it should just be a drop down in the inspector. I need to update it, but where did I put my box? And then we'll paste that UID in here. Not in there. In here. And then we will bring this down to the features or interactables. Delete. Let's see, this is interactable. Those can be deleted. Okay, so the castle door and dungeon exit can both be deleted. All right. let's test this out, make sure it works as expected. That was confusing.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fairly easily.
No items for some reason. Okay. Why were there no items in that? There should have been items in that. Large treasure box. Oh. I didn't change the demon treasure game ID here, probably. Okay. Let's try again.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fairly easily.
I don't know what's going on here. Something's going up because clearly the items did get loaded here. Also, there's more than there should be, so I'll have to figure that out later. I'm gonna redo this whole thing anyway. So, all right. So the other thing is we need a portal that opens up. So we should go back to Midjourney and do magic portal. And we're going to get a portal. So when the demo demon is killed, the portal will open up. The portal will warp you back to the position of the... Whoops. It's another scene entrance, really. Oh, I already copied it. Okay. It's right here. So I'm going to be... Oh, I even named it that. Okay. That's nice. So this is going to be scene entrance, essentially, that takes you to that guy again. So we're going to copy this and paste it. And copy this, paste it. And what do we say? Trust this, the portal. Well, it's magic, so it may just kill us. But should we go in? Probably. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. No. I like walking all the way back. The rest should be good. We're going to be, yes, that's fine. We're going to change the positioning here. So yes, we're going demo world, but we're going to change the position angle. So what we can do to get that is use a good old pen and paper type of thing. So let's go to our demo world, press play. We just want to get to the right position, and we'll figure out where the player is at that right position and write it down. So we will put that here, and it will be about right there. So pause it where, oop, I said pause it. Pause it. All right, player. All right, is this position. So I've got a pen right here. It's going to be 17. Oh, this pen's out of ink. Okay. I got another pen right here. 17.46 and 0.07 and 13.3 and then 0, negative 87 and 0. All right. Go back to our dungeon. What do we got here? Magic portals. Let's do black background. Should have just done that. Because I'm not going to cut this out. Black. Alright, so back in our portal, we're going to type in 17.46, 0.07, 13.3, and the Euler angles of negative 87. So that is our scene entrance. Okay. Let's see if it works.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fairly easily. Ouch! Ouch! Attack! Attack!
Why can't I select two? Oh, I can.
Oh, you got me.
Oh, two of me died.
I'm gonna be dead. Dead, I tell you, dead. Because you killed me until I was dead.
Oh, I got a typo. Probably let's go. And does it work? Not quite. Didn't bring us to the right spot, so kind of worked, but not quite. Not enough. Warp portal. Trust the portal. We'll have to change that in a second. All right, so let's look at our scene entrance. What does it do? Does it use the start position? All right. Select yes. If set position rotation on load. Do we have that? I did have that. Okay. Faded black, set position rotation on load. Start position Euler angles. Set position on load equals true. Set position. Set player position. So debug.log should set position to set position and set Euler angles. Set player position happens up here on the fade out. This is when it starts fading out, so we should be in the new scene. All right. Give me a piano because I am Yanni. All right. Not everybody will get that one. Let's do this one. All right. Oh, it always saves when you... There's our dead body. See, it loaded the dead body. It always saves when you load a new scene. That's an option. You can always turn it off, I suppose. Clear this out. Probably let's go. Should set player position to not the right positions. right. Well, that's something. Scene entrance. Debug.log. Setting load position to new position and new Euler angles. But what we'll do is confirm they actually get set by doing it down here instead. Okay, so look at that. It set them to the wrong thing. Oh. Wait a minute. Setting load position. Do we get that? Setting load position. Apparently we still have an issue with that. Setting load position to the wrong things. Alright, let's stop real quick. Do a few things. We're going to say new position and new Euler angles. I'm not sure what this resolve an invalid garbage collection handle is. Keeps popping up, but I don't understand it. Alright. Probably let's go. Setting load position to that and that should be that and that. Well, that's very not accurate. Is it calling the wrong thing? Warp portal. Scene entrance canvas. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I should have just brought in a scene entrance and then changed it. Instead, I didn't. Okay, so we need this scene entrance canvas. I think that might be... Actually, I don't know if that... I don't see why that would be the issue, actually. Oh, I know why. Because when you say yes, it selects... That's why I should have just copied the whole thing. Let's do it right. So scene entrance. Scene entrance. We're going to bring that here. Old. And we'll call it scene entrance. Warp portal. We will make it a prefab variant. Copy component, paste our values, copy component, paste component values, delete the old, where's the new? Alright, and then we will put this in the right spot. Where are we dragging this to? Here. Images, NPCs, warp portal. And our warp portal. Collider. Dungeon entrance. Nah, I see. Dungeon entrance is going to be warp portal. And warp portal is going to get the warp portal. And then the warp portal is going to get huge. All right. Now let's see if it works. It looks like a warp portal. It did not quite work. Let's see. Canvas object. What is this? Canvas object, scene entrance canvas, scene entrance canvas. Okay. Okay. Try once more. What was going on? Oh. Let me just double check something. There's no... Oh, this is not savable, so never mind. That doesn't matter. Stupid mouse. Stopped working. Alright. For some reason, that didn't update. And we got... I mean, this is not the position I stated, but it is by the dude. I said over here. Let's see. Saying position to that. That's the position we said. And then... should set that. So I guess, yeah, I guess so. But it's a different position than I thought we were in. Unless we were over there. I don't think we were.
Well done. You've made it this far. The only choice you have, it is done.
All right. So a few things. Why is that not working? See, Oliver. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the magic portal. Oh, I see, because we still have the old other things. Interesting. Oh, because I copied the component. That was why I copied the component and pasted the values, and that pasted these values as well. All right. That should solve that. Yep.
Well done. The only choice, it is done.
Now, let's try it from the beginning. Let's go back to the world before and fix one other thing. Scenes. According to this, there are 2 objects with the same thing, and I believe it is these 2 quests. Alright, and then we'll save it, go to the character creation scene, create brand new characters. And this time I'm going to make sure one of them is going to be a half-orc knight with a ton of might and a ton of stamina, so they have a ton of hit points. And debug start. Okay, let's just run through the entire thing. I'm going to go the speed mode by giving myself gold so we can...
That worked. Okay.
Oh, she was supposed to destroy their stuff.
Lo, goody goblin drops. Hurry.
Save the puppy.
10 seconds or so. That isn't
Save the puppy.
Yippee. You have found my cube.
Oh,
I was so
what's going on there?
Because I am very hungry. And I do want to eat a cold dinner for your service. I will open this
I
door
don't
for
know
you.
what's going on there.
And you.
It was working before. No errors. Alright, well, that's a frustrating issue. Well, we can't... I mean, we can try defeating the bad guys with... whoops, wrong button. Without weapons, but I don't think it'll work. I'm not sure why they're not loading. They were loading perfectly fine before. I'm not sure what this thing is annoying. Alright, let's see.
Seems like we'll have some fun.
Okay, so it's an issue with when the scene is loaded for the first time, it seems like. Okay, we're going to give him a ton of stuff. And then these. We'll get this, and we'll go here. Oops. That'll be for 3. This will be for 3. This will be for 4. Oh, I was pressing 4, I guess. Alright. So now we are equipped with stuff. Ooh. Oh, wow. She just got killed.
Well done. You've made it this far. The only choice
We're
you
going
have
to
is
take
your will. It is done.
experience.
I shall await your return.
Okay, so now we need to go into the dungeon. Oh, we gotta fix that. Oh. Now we gotta fix that right now, I guess. It's because I upload the prefab without making it a world to dungeon. A variant. Prefab variant. We're not going to set the position. We're going to go to demo dungeon. I think that's the name of the scene. Okay. Yep. Exit the dungeon. Ah, well, we'll have to fix that. Alright, I guess we do need to set position. Alright, scene, demo dungeon. And I guess we would need to set the position either way because, technically if there's another entrance to the dungeon, then we'd have to be in that position. Interesting. Why is the player position all the way up there? what are we looking at here? Ah, that's confusing. And look, the camera is totally facing the wrong direction. That could explain why my other thing didn't work. Wait a minute. It says it's a rotation 0, but... Oh, okay. There we go. It is facing the right direction. Okay, Jesus. Okay. So it's going to be 8, 0, 10, negative 90. Just remember that. Ooh, we could have saved in the prefab variant as well. 8, 0, 10, negative 90. And enter the dungeon. You don't have to, but you can't finish the demo without going into the dungeon and fighting, I can't spell, fighting some bad dudes. Okay, I'm ready. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just walk around for an hour. Alright. I'll override that, apply that, press play. See if this works. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. We need to click this. And now press play. Okay, there it goes.
Oh no, I'm dying. Attack. Attack.
My button or my characters aren't getting
I'm
automatically selected.
Oh no.
I'm not sure why. So they're blue when they're selected, and you can see them change as I hit my numbers on the keyboards. And they're supposed to be change selection when I attack. I will go to the next one because one will not be able to do anything for a bit.
Ouch, that hurt.
But I think it's because one's dead.
Oh no, I'm dying.
Yeah, it seems to be getting stuck.
Attack.
One.
Attack. Oh no, I'm dying.
Seems to be getting stuck on the fact that someone's dead. Got some gear. Hey, she's supposed to be selectable. Hey, look at that happen again. Okay, there's something there, so there's another bug to fix. Okay.
I am the demo demon. You shall not pass. Although, let's be honest, you're probably going to defeat me fair. Attack. Ouch. Attack.
Oh.
Attack. Ouch. Ouch. Attack.
Wow, we're getting our ass kicked.
Oh, you got me. I'm gonna be dead.
We gotta make sure the portal doesn't turn on until that, and we need a light to lead people there. All right, then we come back here.
Well done. You've made the only choice you have is your
This guy
reward.
clearly does not remember that we did the test. All right, well there's more to do now. Clearly, I got a couple bugs to address and whatnot, and I think it still said that there were some things with the same savable ID. That was here. I thought we saved that. All right. So there's more to do, but it's almost there, and we did a lot of good stuff today. I'm gonna take a break and just probably come back and do more of it by myself tonight. So thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I appreciate you hanging out, and I will see you on another time, I hope. Thanks.